So video 2. So next if you see, so these are the various lines. So for every series also, this is the first line, second line, third, fourth. So H alpha, H beta, H gamma we can consider. So which is having high wavelength, H alpha having high wavelength and less energy, and H gamma have high energy and having less wavelength. So for these spectral lines, the frequencies of these radiation can be calculated by using this formula. So wave numbers and also wavelengths are calculated by using this formula, that is R into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. So here R is a Rydberg constant, R equal to Rydberg constant. So here R value Rydberg, that value R equal to 109677 centimeter inverse. For any line also we can calculate with their wave numbers by using that formula. So now if you see next here for Lyman series, n1 equal to 1 but n2 may be 2, 3, 4, 5 etc. So for Balmer series, so n1 is fixed to that, n2 may be 3, 4, 5 etc. And similarly for Paschen series n1 equal to 3 and n2 may be 4, 5, 6 etc. And similarly for bracket series that n1 is 4 but n2 may be 5, 6, 7 etc. And similarly for fund series n1 is 5th and n2 is 6, 7, 8 etc. So for every series n1 is a constant, but n2 is changes. So for H alpha line, for Lyman series, for H alpha line is 2 to 1, 3 to 1, H beta, 4 to 1, H gamma, 5 to 1, H delta lines. Like that we can take. So these are the hydrogen spectrum, and we can calculate the wave numbers and also wavelengths by using this formula. So for other than this is for hydrogen atom. But for other than hydrogen, mean hydrogen like species, hydrogen like one electronic species. This formula, hydrogen like one electronic species for helium plus and lithium plus 2 and beryllium plus 3. Those are one electron species. For this we have to multiply this value into Z square, atomic number square. If you multiply, we can calculate their frequencies and wave numbers by using this wave number, and wavelengths also we can calculate. Now so limiting wavelength or limiting wave number in Balmer series. So n1 equal to 2 for Balmer series, and n2 you have to take infinite level. Mean the electron is coming from infinite level. So that's why, so wave number equal to R into 1 by 1 square. 1 by n square mean 1 by 1 square minus 1 by infinite square we have to take. So centimeter inverse, the R value in centimeter inverse if you take. So now R equal to 10,10,9,677 centimeter inverse. So if you simplify 1 by 1 minus 0. So 1 by 2, 2 square and 4 0. So here this value, if you simplify, you will get to 27419 419 centimeter inverse. 19 centimeter inverse you will get. So this is the wave number. Similarly, the lambda, if you simplify the limiting wavelength formula, so that is 3648 angstroms. 3648 angstrom units. This is limiting wavelength or limiting wave number for the Balmer series. So next, Bohr's radius of hydrogen atom. So according to Bohr scientist, if you take around the nucleus, electron is revolving in a stationary orbit. You know that if electron revolve in a stationary orbit, we should be strongly attracted by the nucleus. By the electrostatic attractions. That is also called centripetal force. This force is acting to pull the electron inside. So that value, centripetal force, equal to minus E square by R square. That force is according to Coulomb's theory. That force is equal to minus E square by R square. And the same amount of force can be pull the electron outside to the electron. That is, pull the electron same amount of outside to the electron. That is called as a centrifugal force. That force equal to minus mv square by r. So this is centripetal force, which should be try the electron inside, and centrifugal force try the electron outside. So but stationary orbits, both are equal, both values are equal. So electron is present still in the energy level. So minus E square by R square equal to minus mv square by R. So minus cancel, here R cancel. Now E square by R equal to mv square. Now you know that V square equal to E square by 2R. Now we know that the formula that is angular momentum mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. According to Bohr's theory, angular momentum mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. So from this, v equal to nh by mr 2 pi. So by squaring both sides, we will get v square equal to n square h square by m square r square 4 pi square. So this is equation 1. This is equation 2. So if you equate the both equations from equation 1, okay na, and 2. So here E square by 2r equal to n square h square by m square r square 4 pi square r square. So if you simplify this, you will get to radius equal to n square h square by 4 pi square me square. You will get, this is the radius of nth orbit. So that radius of nth orbit, and there are all values n, h and 4 pi m all are constant. So here radius of nth orbit equal to, here constant into n square, k into n square. So radius of nth orbit, radius is directly proportional to n square. So if you submit the all values, so h value, 4 value, pi value, m value, we will get to radius of nth orbit equal to 0.529 into n square angstroms. otherwise radius of nth orbit in centimeters 0.529 into 10 power minus 8 into n square centimeters. It is in a centimeters. So for hydrogen, so therefore radius of a hydrogen equal to, it have only one shell, so 0.529 into n square, n square mean 1 square angstroms. That why radius of hydrogen equal to 0.529 angstroms. 0.529 angstroms. Radius of hydrogen is 0.529 angstroms. Otherwise radius of hydrogen for first shell equal to 0.529 into 10 power minus 8 centimeters for first shell. This is for first shell hydrogen atom radius. So for simply the radius of hydrogen for other than hydrogen like species, we know for helium plus and lithium plus 1 and so lithium plus 2 and beryllium plus 3. This formula we can find out radius of nth orbit equal to radius of hydrogen into n square into n square. Radius of hydrogen into n square by z we can apply. So from this radius of nth orbit equal to radius of hydrogen 0.529 into n square by z angstroms. So if n is constant, n value is constant, then radius r1 by n is constant, radius is inversely proportional to z. So from this r1 by r2 equal to z2 by z1. And if z is constant, now radius is directly proportional to n square. Radius is directly proportional to z square, n square. So from this r1 by r2 equal to n1 by n2 whole square. These are formulas used for solving some problems.